Okay, so here we have the Jeep Wrangler Sun Bonnet. This is the Mopar Sun Bonnet. We got this when we bought the Jeep. It's pretty basic. Here's the mounting hardware that it comes with. Couple snaps there, some little hooks and a couple screws. We got these long straps that will hold the bonnet down in the back. And then finally we have the bonnet itself. It's just a mesh bonnet, not real thick. Just enough to kind of keep some of the sun off when we have the freedom panels off and the full top off. So next we will go and get this installed on the Jeep. All right, so we're out here in the Jeep and it's kind of hard to see, but we're gonna be putting these snaps up on here on the footman loops on the Jeep. It takes a Torx 25, a T25 to take those off. The instructions show to pull it off, put the snap up there and then replace it. So we'll go ahead and get that done. We'll get that just snug, we'll get them both and then we'll get them nice and tight. All right, perfect. So now that's in there, I'm gonna go ahead and hop on the other side and I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. Okay, so now we are in the back of the Jeep. This is the passenger side. Here's the sound bar and the speaker. The next step we're doing, we have these buckle straps that we're gonna be putting up here, and we need to go to the front outboard nut and loosen that, and that's gonna be a 10 millimeter there. So let's go ahead and pop that out and we'll get this buckle put into place. So they want you to put this to where they want to orient it so that it can be, the webbing can be threaded in from the top, so that we can come down over the top and then cinch that down on this side. So let's go ahead and get that put back in there, and this is a piece of cake. All right, piece of cake. So now I'm gonna go over and do the other side just the exact same way, and then we'll move into the back of the Jeep and get that stuff done in the back. Okay, so here we are in the back of the Jeep. Again, this is passenger side, the roll bar here. And on here it has access into the actual roll bar, and it's really hard to see in here, but there are 2 screw mount holes right here. And that would be, if you have a soft top, you could put that bow mount on here. I have a hard top on mine, so I don't have that, but there are they already have kind of inset, what are they called, like a nut cert in there. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be putting these long straps in here, and they've supplied, since I don't have a soft top, they've supplied a Torx screw. It's a T30 that'll fit into that lower one. So we'll go ahead and get that done on both sides. They want it in the lower one, and then they want the straps, you know, facing up. So we'll go ahead and get that inserted in that lower. Just like so. The nice thing is too, like right here, if I don't have this on, or I take it off, it's easy just to tuck right in there, and it's gone. So it won't be hanging up. It'll be tucked away. But for that, I'm gonna keep that out and flip on over here and do this other side. Again, they want that lower with the tab facing up. All right, so that's that. So we will get on to the next steps. Okay, so as you can see, I still have my hardtop on. I have taken the doors off. Both my doors are off, and I also have my freedom panels are off as well. So I'm going to try to drape this sunbonnet. It goes up and over. So I'm going to try to drape it up and over and see if I can't sneak it over through the sound bar. I'm hoping I can sneak it in there. I may have to pop some of these screws off to lift this just a little bit, but I'm going to see what I can't do without removing the whole hardtop. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to loosen, I'm going to take off some of these hardtop nuts right here. That way I can just pop this up. That way I'll be able to just lift this thing up and then feed that bonnet through there, no problem. Okay, so now I've got the two Torx out of here, out of the front, kind of the front corner there. And I loosened all the Torx that were in the back a little bit. And as you can see, I can lift that up just enough. I'll be able to feed that through. So the next step, I'm going to go ahead and get the bonnet fed through. I'll get it hung over here, and I'll get it up and over here and kind of up along the bar over here, and then we'll do the next steps and get this thing secured. Okay, so I've rolled up, I've rolled this up so that, that it's facing the right direction. The top is up and bottom is down. And now I'm gonna work on feeding it through that sound bar, see if I can't get it through. It shouldn't be too big of an issue. Like I said, it's got these straps on it. I've loosened this up so I might be able to just feed these through. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, so it's got these long straps on it so I can kind of reach up. There we go. All right. So I got that through, and now I just need to get out. Okay, so now I've got the bonnet pushed up through the sound bar, between the sound bar and the roof. But now next, we're going to be working up front. This does have a metal rod that goes through it, so I'm going to put it up front and get it attached up here. And then from that point, then we start working back towards the back of the Jeep. So let me see if I can figure this out and give myself some slack here. Okay. And then this has a little Velcro piece right in the middle for this middle one. And then finally over here. So I loop it down underneath the foot is what it looks like it's wanting me to do. And then get it snapped on there. All right, so that piece is connected. So I'm gonna go grab, there's a couple pieces that go on these and that attach in here to snug that down right here. So I'll get those and then we'll start working our way back.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, so now that we've got the bonnet hooked up front, I've got it fed through and kind of pulled somewhat tight and got these straps over. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add these clips, these like J-hook clips. So it's got these and we're just going to feed that through. And then there's a hole in the roll bar and then loose, we'll Velcro it. And then next we're going to feed this. This is that one on that front bolt that we did on the sound bar. You're going to feed that down through there. And do that. Get it just loose. And then my next hook will do the same thing back here. And since I have the top off, I've got to lift this up and get that. Now we'll go into the back. So this is probably going to be harder to see. We need to get this strap that we did, and we need to get it up and over in the sound bar, or I'm sorry, the roll bar. We're going to go up, and then we got to feed this through. Okay, so I've got that, it's pretty loose. Next one, they've got two of these straps to go in the middle. Looks like it goes up and over, which is kind of odd. I'll mess with those later, so I'm gonna go across and do the other side, just like I did this side, and then I'll get it all tightened up and then we'll see what it looks like. All right, so what do I think? For being a Mopar factory piece, I think it's okay. You know, let's take a look at it. You know, you can see that J-strap. It's, you know, it's okay. It's not the best looking, but you know, it'll work. You know, with the top on, you can kind of see the straps in there. I wish that these back straps right here were a little bit longer. This one is barely on the Velcro, so I wish that one was longer so that I could bear down on that a little bit better. But you know, it'll work, I think. We'll see when we get the top off. I ended up having to reroute these. At first I had them coming this way, and then, sorry, that glare's terrible. Initially I had them coming up this way, and then I realized that it wasn't pulling this tight up here. So what I did was I undid it and I rerouted it and came up around, and that way it pulls it out on both corners. and gets it nice and snug. And then it's got these two inner ones that I got through and got it nice and tight through there. So it looks pretty tight. It looks like it's going to hold up. I'm going to go test drive here in just a couple minutes and kind of see if it flops around. But you know, you can see here it's pretty good. It's pretty solid right under here. It's got the snap on either foot clamped there, and then it's got the Velcro piece right here. So it seems like it holds it pretty good. And the nice thing is it's down and out of the way, so it's not sticking up here where it's going to catch wind. It's all protected, so it should keep it from flopping too bad. But like I said, I'm going to go drive it and see, and you know, we'll see how it does, and I'll let you know. Again, Mopar's, it's factory, it's called their Sun Bonnet. It wasn't too expensive. I don't remember how much it was, but you know, we got it when we got the Jeep, so it's better than nothing. It's warming up here in Colorado. It was 80 degrees today. I didn't drive the Jeep. I had the Cadillac out, but you know, just trying to keep a little bit of sun off. It does get hot, especially going back and forth to work. So anyway, I will go test drive this and let you guys know, you know, how it goes when it's driving. So I'm gonna. All right, so I just took a drive. I actually came down. We're having a house built, so I came down to the construction site. It's not too far from the place we're living right now, but came down to check it out. Anyway, you know, this seems to hold pretty good. It moves just a little bit like you would expect it to, but nothing, like nothing's shaking, nothing's rattling, nothing's snapping or popping or anything like that. So it seems like it works pretty well. You know, the sun's going down. You can probably tell by the footage. So it's not directly over the top of me, but I think it's going to be just enough shade to kind of take that real hot, you know, beating sun. It's definitely not a, you know, a full cover, but it's going to help out a lot. So, you know, I'll leave the camera running, and we'll kind of see what you can see. All right, here we go. Safety first.